And this is where civilians are going to look at that and they'll be like, why can't I don't understand why they can't get out of that. Well, you
So yeah, I didn't really talk about the grooming process, but part of that process is um, learning everything that they can about their victim, where their parents work, what kind of cars they drive, where their siblings go to school, how old are they, what are their name. And for a victim, you're thinking this person's interested in you in like a relationship type thing, and then they flip the script on you, and then they have all this information about you to threaten you with it. And those threats are very real. The whole time, the one thing that I try and impress upon people is that a trafficker or a pimp, one and the same person, same word, just two different ways to say it, is the most reliable person you will ever meet. If they say they're going to beat your ass, they're going to beat your ass. If they say they're going to take you to your parents' house and point a gun at their house, and depending on their mood right then, they might shoot at your parents' house. They're going to get you in the car, they're going to pull the gun out, and they're going to point it at your parents' house. They have to have these victims believe that what they say is going to happen because they don't have anything else. And that's part of the control as well as the isolation. Those threats are very real. And that's why these victims are walking down the side of the road with a phone in their hand. They could call the police at any time, but they don't because they know what will happen because they've been conditioned to know if I do this, that equals my trafficker acting this way.
dang, we actually I heard, I wasn't a part of this, but I heard of people being trafficked where they were putting the Apple AirTags on them, hiding them in their stuff. So not only were they tracking them by their phone, they were also tracking them in another way in case they ditched their phone or something like that. That
Yeah, Life 360 is another one.
I use
Lots of
that. I
traffickers
use that
using
with
that.
my kids.
Yeah, traffickers use it too.
I'm
Yeah,
not supporting trafficking, I promise.
yeah.
Um, how old are we talking? What's the age ranges for the most susceptible?
So nationally, it's lower than it was before when I first started. Like when I first started, it was 14, 15. Now it's like 12, 13,
Oof.
sometimes 11. My youngest that I've ever had was 12.
Okay. I've got a 12-year-old daughter in the house right now.
Yeah,
So,
really scary.
yeah.
And what's even more scary is towards the end of my career, the last couple of years, we were working on catfishing pimps. And so I created undercover personas on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, um, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Moco Space, all of these undercover personas so that we could engage with traffickers, have them recruit us instead of a live, real person. And what I learned with that is, and what I'm seeing since I've retired, is that all of these apps on the phone and the social media and the ability for private messaging opens the door for traffickers to come into your kid's bedroom and literally recruit and groom them from their bedroom. That's what's going on right now, especially with kids who have open to the public profiles and they think they're going to be Instagram famous. If they leave it open, they can get all the followers and make a bunch of money like they see on YouTube. That's an open door to predators, to sex buyers, and traffickers.
Um, I had Randy Schneider, I believe his name
Randall.
is.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Randall. So I had him on, and
Yes.
we kind of touched on that because our episode was about his specialty and
Yes.
specifically children. Um, and I asked him he gave me a very discouraging answer, but when you're doing this type of work, when you're going on to these websites or using these apps or things that our kids are using too. I mean, I think he said Roblox and other like games
Minecraft. Uh huh.
and Minecraft, yeah, um, where these guys are actively trying to recruit your kids. Um, Now, did you face the same type of numbers he did? He said it was more than they could even like go
It's pretty
after.
overwhelming. It
Yeah,
is overwhelming because, our human trafficking unit had 8 detectives, 2 sergeants for the fifth largest city in the United States. And I know that I'm not an ICAC guy. Randall was an ICAC guy. His is, dealing with people who are trying to have sex with kids. I'm dealing with people who are trying to prostitute and sexually exploit kids in a little bit of a different way. And so my experience is from that. But,
right.
both of us can honestly say that we're absolutely overwhelmed. it's, I mean, every day, like literally, I just had someone tell me about the Saturn app, which is an app that the school is sponsoring at this person's school for them to communicate with the teachers and the classmates. And criminals and predators and sex buyers and traffickers are finding a way to infiltrate that app and communicate with and have a whole crop of people that they can try and reach out to and exploit. So,
What
I
the
mean, that
fuck?
app just happened this year, this school year. So